Well, for me, it started with friends and parties. Um, I was just in Israel. The party scene started very early. I was, I think, around 17, 18, around 97. All my friends started to go to the parties, start to talk about it. And for some reason, I got friends with people who made music before I even went to parties. And I sat with them in their studio listening to their music. And some DJs that were back in the time. And that's how I got involved. They recorded me some CDs and I kind of liked it. In the beginning I just had one CD, like mini disc, that I was keep recording over and over and deleting, until there was one CD that I already liked all the tracks. And I had my second CD. And I think around 98, 99 I started going to parties. I used to listen to really weird night music stuff. I remember liking Weirdo Beardo. Is a Swedish psychedelic band that used to make night music back in the day. I was good friends with a band back in the day that called Correlation Corporation, which I used to live with one of the guys. It's Asaf and Nir. Nir, also known today as Huja Boy. Yeah, back in the day they had another band, and I used to live with one of them. And just sitting home listening to them making music, and for some reason, even listening to that without understanding the music, I somehow had an ideas, even for like listening to their music. And that's it. I bought my first computer, and I bought my first computer, but it was not really about music. Then Ido Domestic was our neighbor, and I met him. And then after we moved to live together, and that's how I got more involved with the production of music, and I started to DJ as well, but I didn't make any music yet. And someday I just decided I wanted to learn, and Ido just gave me a little course from zero, like this is bar, this is beat, this is half beat. And took me about 1 year to make my first track, and I don't know why, but it was a hit. My only track. And I got gigs in Germany and Switzerland only with one track, so it really gave me the push, and I went for it. Many people ask me that. I really don't remember. I just came up with this. I don't know why. All the party scene in Israel, the trance parties, it comes from Goa, from Israeli people who has been there and brought the music from there. I think before that it was more like a little bit like industrial music, the early 90s, that evolved to this, what we call early Goa psytrance. But it is definitely coming from there, especially in Israel. Many people were traveling there back in the days, and they brought this message about this crazy hypnotic music. And they started making these parties in Israel, and it started from there. Well, this album was 100% passion and zero knowledge. I didn't know what I'm doing. It's only samples. But I was really passionate with the music. I did it with all my heart. And I gave 150% of myself on every track. And I was always like this party person. I was making music and imagining myself in the party listening to this music. And that's, I guess, the idea behind this album. It was really me trying to make music and imagine it in a party as me dancing to it. And I didn't know much about production, and in the last years I teach myself more, obviously, but back then it was more the passion, I guess. That's the word I describe it. Well, Hommega, funny thing is that we kinda joined for a minute, me and Domestic, in early 2002, but we made a compilation and that somehow ended up in Compact Records, no matter why. And I was there for a couple of years. We released a compilation, me and Domestic. And then when my first album started to get together and I had like half of it done, I met with Hommega, with Eyal, and I played the music for him, and he liked it and he signed me. And that was early 2004, I think. Well, I guess I need to mention my other project, Tree of Life, that I was been doing in the last few months. It's together with GMS. We completed an album and a half, I guess. And now I was out of home for more than 6 months, traveling around, making music, playing in parties. Now I'm going back home and I'm going to focus a little bit on Pixel. There's a new EP that is coming out soon, I guess, and then I will be compiling a compilation for Hommega that it will be like, I don't know how to call it, half album maybe, or some of my tracks with some collaborations and some tracks that I will compile from my personal friends and people I make music with. And I hope to finish it this year, like the end of the year. I can't really answer that because in the last 1 or 2 years I really changed my my way of making music. I got a lot more to the hardware, so I recorded a lot. And also this process with Tree of Life also changed my idea about how should I make music from now. But I guess I should divide my music session into 2 parts: recording parts and arranging parts. So recording parts, I will take all my synths and just record the sounds and record the lines or whatever I want. And then I would use these recordings on another session to arrange and build a track out of them. And this is my vision now, to separate those two, preparing and arranging. Yes, I remember actually. It was in 2002 in the party called Tierra Mexica with Domestic. It was the first live set I ever make, with him. Ableton 4. No. I remember it was 2002, September 2002, if I'm correct. It was a killer party. It was like 15,000 people or something. It was our first big gig. Yeah, that was a good one, for sure. Well, I don't know how to respond to that. Nothing educational I can say here. But I guess if you live stress-free life, I guess. I do what I love and I do it for a long time. I don't wake up in the time that I need to wake up. I wake up because I finish to sleep. And I guess we live an unorthodox life, yeah? That keeps me young, I guess. I see some friend of mine that lives normal life, kids, work, stress, family, money, and you can see that on the way they looks. I don't do anything especially healthy in my life, but I live without stress, I guess. Well, I remember playing New Year's in Cancun, and then went straight away to, what's the name of this beach? Puerto Vallarta. That was a really, really nice New Year's Eve weekend that we started in Cancun, we stayed at the beach, we went to Tulum, played a party, went to Puerto Vallarta. That was really, really special time for me. And I think it was around 2007, 2008, something like that. And everybody was in vacation, so everybody was happy, and it was the only time that I was in Cancun, actually, in this area. And I really enjoyed that. Hommega, well, after all this years, first of all, it's like a family. It's an old family. People come and go, and the core's still there. Eyal is well, he's a very close friend. I wouldn't say a father because I'm almost the same age, but I know I can trust him to be there for me whenever I need, whatever I need, you know, and I don't need to explain myself. Everybody's expected for who they are, you know. Trust each other. We can be weird people, you know. Everybody has his luggage, but there, everybody knows everybody. Everybody accepts everybody, and that's cool. And we also really support each other. Like, we change the sound, the ideas, and that's also, I don't know about other labels, but that's a good thing about Hommega. The artists really support each other. There's no competition between no one. Hola, I'm Pixel, and you are watching Mentas Urbas.